Belarusian authorities arrested two leading opposition activists allegedly helping to spearhead protests in Belarus demanding the resignation of longtime President Alexander Lukashenko following a disputed election. The opposition's Coordination Council said police in the capital, Minsk, detained its members Olga Kovalkova and Sergei Dilevsky on Monday. City police confirmed their detention. Tens of thousands of people rallied in the Belarus capital Sunday despite warnings from the army. They called for Lukashenko to resign after the disputed election results, a post-election crackdown, and a heavy military presence in the city. Protesters, many wearing and waving the opposition's colors of red and white, chanted freedom and "We will not forget, we will not forgive" as they walked in the Minsk city center. The protests have been the biggest challenge yet to Lukashenko's 26-year rule. The August 9th presidential election was marred by allegations of fraud. Official results gave Lukashenko 80% of the vote, while his closest competitor garnered less than 10%. That competitor Svetlana Tsianuskaya, fled to Lithuania after the election, where she's been making public statements in support of the protesters. On Sunday, a Belarusian state television program showed Lukashenko flying over the protesters in a helicopter. Before landing at his residence, he emerged from the helicopter wearing body armor and carrying a rifle. While state media reported about 20,000 protesters took part, opposition-leaning media put the estimate at nearly 100,000 protesters. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Monday the United States will ensure Israel's military advantage in the Middle East under any potential U.S. arms deals with the United Arab Emirates. Pompeo said the United States has a legal requirement to honor its military agreements with Israel. He made the remark Monday after a meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The top U.S. diplomat's trip to the Middle East comes after Washington helped broker the Israel-UAE deal earlier this month. It's a pact that Netanyahu said heralds a new era for the region. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas said the deal is a betrayal of Palestinians. The Israel-UAE deal is seen as breaking a tradition among most Arab countries not to make peace with Israel until Israel and the Palestinians make peace. The U.S. Republican National Convention got underway Monday. Party stalwarts are re-nominating President Donald Trump for a second term in the White House. President Trump himself is expected to speak all 4 days of the convention. Trump told delegates today this is the most important election in the history of our country. Protesters gathered late Sunday in the U.S. city of Kenosha, Wisconsin, after police there shot a black man in the back at close range. Video of the incident on social media contains the sound of 7 gunshots. The video shows the man walking in front of a vehicle while 3 officers follow him with their guns drawn. As the man opens the door of the vehicle and leans inside, one of the officers grabs him by the back of the shirt and fires his gun. It's not clear from the video how many officers fired their weapons, nor what led up to the shooting. A statement from the Kenosha Police Department says only that the man was taken to the hospital in serious condition and that the state's Department of Justice would be investigating the shooting. It gives no details on what led up to the shooting. Authorities instituted an overnight curfew in response to the resulting protests. Police responded to protesters with plastic shields and batons. The shooting's the latest in a long string of police shootings of Black Americans that have ignited protests across the nation. Demonstrators are calling for law enforcement reforms and steps to address racial inequality in the United States. And 20 prisoners were shot dead as they attempted to escape from a Madagascar prison on Sunday. 8 inmates were wounded in the chaos. Officials say 37 prisoners were captured. 31 remain at large. A 2018 Amnesty International report of the Madagascar prison situation says people accused of a crime are routinely put in prison pending trial and can wait for a trial for years with little or no feedback on their cases.